What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. MTG here with another episode. If you're new to the channel, hi there. So I've been using the base M4 Mac Mini for the past 2 weeks, and I have really come to enjoy it. And I also use the M3 MacBook Air, and I'll have a separate video kind of comparing my use case between these two computing devices. But I've been using this more than my M3 MacBook Air. Like, I'm looking for reasons to sit down at my desk to use this M4 Mac Mini. So I want to talk about the build. It's plugged in right now to my Samsung M8 monitor. But first of all, I love how it's portable. It's much smaller, so I can easily just kind of slide it in here, and it really just stays in there. And if I need to kind of plug in like a USB-C cable or like a headphones, that if I'm screen recording, plug it into these cables or these USB-C ports right here in the front, and I am all set to go. The build, it's a solid build. This M4 right here, 2 USB-C cables. In the back, you're going to be getting 3 Thunderbolt 4 ports, which for me is perfectly fine. 1 HDMI, 1 10 gigabit Ethernet port, 1 port for the headphone jack right here, so that's still present. And then if you get the M4, you get different configurations. But honestly, these ports for me are well enough. Like, it's going to take care of everything that I have been kind of throwing at it so far, and it's running my Samsung M8 32-inch 4K monitor, 60 Hz. I'll be leaving a link in the description down below if you want to check it out. I've been using it for almost 3 years now. I bought it in the summer of 2022, and it's been phenomenal. If you want to see a separate video on the M8 monitor, let me know in the comments down below. And I also will be working on like my desk setup, my Mac Mini home desk setup type of video in the near future. So stay tuned, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're getting very close to our goal of 45,000 subscribers by the end of 2024. Let's make that happen. Now, the one thing a lot of people are talking about is the power button on the bottom. And I'll be honest, like, it doesn't really matter for me, but maybe Apple put it there so it can just be like a thing to talk about. I don't know. But also there's a fan in here too. So if you ever do come across a point where your Mac Mini is really struggling, it has a fan to kind of keep it cool. But in the past 2 weeks, I haven't really had a need to do that because everything I've thrown at it, it tackled with ease. So when it comes to the performance, maybe some of you came to this video for like the geek benchmark numbers and like speed tests and all that stuff. I unfortunately don't have that here. I'm just sharing with you guys my experience of using the Mac Mini for the past 2 weeks. And this goes for other devices like smartphones and like laptops as well. I don't really do like stress tests or speed tests or number tests like that. But if you want to see that, again, links in the description down below. I'd like to hear your feedback. For my use with the Mac Mini, the M4 base, 16 gigs of unified memory, 256 gigs of storage, for the past 2 weeks, it tackles every single task that I throw at it. Still, before, later, it's gonna perform the same really well. Now, of course, I'm aware that not everyone performs tasks like video and photo editing, and that's one of the things I'm doing here is video editing mainly. Granted, my Final Cut Pro editing is pretty simple, 2 to 3 streams of like 1080p footage. Like, I'm not really pushing the boundaries, and I've found like a workflow that kind of fits with my productivity, so it's not really too bad with Final Cut Pro. Again, like, I'm 2-3 streams of 1080p footage, not really stressing or putting the Mac Mini and like having it struggle at all. It actually tackles it with ease. Now, recently, I've also been using the Mac Mini for watching YouTube videos, and usually I kind of have that on my iPad Mini, but I want to make use of the Samsung 32-inch monitor, so I've been watching YouTube videos, keeping track of my business here on MTG Productions, as well as my other channels, Testavolt, which recently passed 1,000 subscribers, and Dose of Pokemon, where I'm almost at 500 subscribers right now, and I'm showcasing like the Pokemon TCG, but I've been really niching down into Pokemon TCG investing, card investing. So if that's interesting, as you can see, I got some Pokemon figures right here. Check that channel out, links in the description down below. But again, like, I'm keeping track of my businesses through Notion. So this is pretty much taking care of like the business and work for my YouTube channels. In addition, I am using it to do research for my videos, like looking up the products, making sure I got the specs, or all of that stuff, and then scripting and putting bullet points as well. Now, most of my video editing, however, is still done on the MacBook Air, but obviously I wanted to put this to the test. So that's what I've been doing the past 2 weeks. But on a day-to-day basis, my M3 MacBook Air has kind of been my video editing machine, because I'm taking it out on the go and I am editing on the go as well. Granted, I've been kind of doing YouTube full time since September, so I've been spending more time here at my desk. So I've also had an opportunity to use the Mac Mini more than prior to going full time. Now, that being said, the Mac Mini is more than capable of editing videos on Final Cut Pro, for example, and I have done it before, even with the fact that I have the base model with 16 gigs of unified memory and 256 gigs of SSD. If that's a concern, you can take care of it right here. Obviously, if you want to get extra storage and extra unified memory, you're going to pay the extra price, but it's going to tackle that even better. You can get external storage, which I personally would prefer because Apple charges a lot for extra storage. So that's just something to keep in mind. Now, this has started to become my main computing device. Like I said, I was on the go with my MacBook Air, but when I received this, and for the past 2 weeks, I've really come to enjoy it. I'm spending more time in front of my desk, and I just love just how this small computing device is so powerful that I don't know, I just like it. I really do like it. And that also goes for the fact of the price, $5.99. If you're a student, you get education discount for $4.99. That's a very, very good deal. Whether your work consists of like Final Cut Pro, Adobe Lightroom, Adobe Photoshop, or whether like schoolwork, you're a student and you're using it for like PowerPoints, Excel, Word files. If you're coding, for example, web developing, this is a reliable mini machine. I can tell you that. I've used it for PowerPoints and Excel and Word files, and granted, I'm not using it too often for my business, but I've tried PowerPoints and Excel Word files on here, and they perform great. I've also tried the Google Suite. Again, they perform without any issues. I haven't done coding or web developing. That's something I really want to get into and kind of grow in my professional career, but as of right now, I haven't really done any coding or web developing testing here on the M4 Mac Mini. But I really want to shift from the performance of how I've used this device for the past 2 weeks and really come to the question, who is it for? Who is the M4 Mac Mini for? And keep in mind, I'm talking about the base. I'm not even talking about like with the spec upgrades or even the M4 Pro base, just the M4 $599 Mac Mini. One, I think it's for home setups and also for students who are fully online. Not all students aren't in person. I happened to, my last 2 years of my college career, I was going to school online, and I did graduate last year. But even if I was continuing, I knew that I could have gotten through my college career with the M4 Mac Mini. However, Mac Mini is more for at the home use, I think. And a lot of people may want to pick this up for casual use as well. Looking for a desktop, this is going to be a great portable little machine. You can potentially use it as a portable option. I've done that. I've actually made like a Mac Mini portable setup here on MTG Productions as well as on Tesla Volt. And I'll leave links for both of them in the description down below. I did it with the prior M2 Mac Mini, and I'm going to make a follow-up with the M4 Mac Mini. You can use it as a portable option if you have those peripherals already, like the keyboard, like the mouse, like the monitor. This is easier to carry than its predecessor, so it kind of does make sense. But for many in that case, one may argue that the MacBook Air, or just the MacBook in general, or laptop, whatever it may be, is more practical. And I see what you mean, but I don't know, just something about this screams like premium and like powerful at the same time. I would definitely rock this. And I got the peripherals already, so for me, it's not too much of an issue, but I just want to point that out there. Now, getting into the Apple ecosystem is essentially another reason why someone would look for the M4 Mac Mini, especially when it comes to the base model. They are the perfect devices to get started and to enter the Apple ecosystem because of the pricing as well. $599 for the base and then $499 for the base education discount. Now, while Mac Mini is significantly cheaper at $599 when compared to like laptops, again, one may argue that the MacBook Air, it comes with the screen and the peripherals already built in, like it's already the ultimate portable device, whereas you're carrying like a computing device and then a keyboard and then a mouse, like 3-4 different products separately. It makes sense, but just the machine itself is much cheaper, $599. MacBook Air does offer that portability. That's something students may look for, and it just may be easier. Now do keep in mind that one's going to be like $1199, $1099, $999, whatever the price may be. So pricing is a huge thing. And students can get a discount. I've said it before, $499 for this base model. You can get the education discount for MacBook Air, MacBook Pro, but I don't know, this one just like for $500 you get a very powerful machine, and M4 is gonna last longer than M3. M3 is gonna last longer than M2, so just do keep that in mind. These are all things to consider. But to wrap things up, it's been an awesome 2 weeks, and I'm glad that Apple did release this updated M4 Mac Mini in terms of designs. It's just slightly larger than the Apple TV. I can easily recommend it for the average consumer, for a student, for someone who actually is running YouTube channels or just like an online business, whatever it may be, or just someone who wants a powerful machine. M4 Mac Mini has been awesome. Absolutely love it. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, definitely be sure to Superman that subscribe button, comment down below, and best of all, share this video because it really does help out the channel out a lot and will help push my content out to more people. Definitely be sure to check all the links in the description down below. These products sometimes go on sale, so links in the description down below if you want to check them out. I'll leave links to like my Notion templates, as well as like my wallpaper packs you see here on the channel from time to time, as well as my other YouTube channels. Thank you guys so much, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.